Hi all, Monster Forge here, and this is the second part of unboxing things from the big old care package that my buddy Keith sent me. Um, and this is something that I wanted. Um, I know that a lot of these things have been hitting clearances, but I have yet to see this one at the price that Keith found it. Keith and I are both deal hunters. So anyway, this is the Star Wars Mission Fleet, which I've shown. I think I've shown. Yeah, I've shown a couple of Mission Fleet figures in the past on here on this channel, but this is the Mandalorian's Naboo N-1 Starfighter. This is the ship that he got to replace the Razor Crest. I've seen the Razor Crest, the Razor Crest on clearance, but I almost don't want to buy it because that ship no longer exists. This is kind of the ship that he flies now. I don't know. I'm weird that way. Maybe it's a touch of something. Anyway, this is the ship that was basically the one he had in the last time we saw him. He was flying this. It's a souped up Naboo Starfighter, the N-1 Starfighter, and he custom fixed it up. It was a junker, and he fixed it up. But this is the Mission Fleet version of that. And the Mission Fleet, what they are is they're a little tinier than normal Star Wars figures. And for example, here's the Boba Fett from Book of Boba Fett. And oh, come on. Really? Are you going to be this way again? I don't get what's going on with this. It was focusing perfectly fine earlier. All right, enough fussing. Yeah, these are little tiny Star Wars guys, and they are, like children compared to, oh gosh, please stop. They're children size compared to the regular Star Wars figures, like the vintage Star Wars figures. But I love them. They've got very stylized proportions and stuff like that. And I've talked about them before on here. But anyway, I've got a few of the ships already, and I'll show them in comparison whenever we open this. But this is the N-1 Starfighter now. These things, I think they retailed for, like it says on here, $22.99 is what they retailed for. And when you see the size of the ship that actually comes out of here, you begin to not wonder anymore why these are all on clearance. It's really not worth $22.99 if that's what it was. They knocked it down to $11.49 and nobody was buying it then, so he managed to get it for $5.75. I'm not sure what store these came from. It might have been like a independent discount line or whatever, but yeah, some of the other ones in this. I don't know if they ever made these particular ones. I'm not sure who that's supposed to be. It's not Kylo Ren. I don't know who that is. I don't know what ship that is. But I know that that's like it's a snow speeder, but it's just a rebel speeder, it looks like, because it's not in the snow. So I guess maybe they did a last series of these before the line was dropped. But anyway, this was part of it. And yeah, Star Wars Mission Fleet, Mandalorian, and it shows that Grogu fits in his little compartment, and the Mandalorian fits in there. And this kind of shows what kind of, now originally this line they had like and you see right here it says actual size. So let's see. Yep. So that's the size this is going to be. So they're tiny. They're tiny little ships, but I like them. I like that about them. For one thing, you can display a whole fleet on your shelf and not take up as much room as like one ship does. They're not the tiniest of ships, but they're nice, and they're kind of, their proportions are kind of squatty, so they're really cute. Especially Luke's X-wing is really nice. But it's the Starfighter Speedrun. Starfighter Speedrun gives you the measurements for this. It shows that it comes with Din Djarin and Grogu and the fighter, and it looks like the Darksaber comes with the Mandalorian. I think that's pretty much it. Now I noticed on here it's got Star Wars Mission Fleet Stellar Class. I don't know. I don't see Stellar Class anywhere else on here. So maybe that was something they were going to go with or something. I'm not sure. One way or the other, we're going to get into this bad boy and get him out of here and put it together if there's any assembly to be done. Usually there is some assembly to be done. Alright. Let's get this bad boy open. Let's see. Oh, okay, instructions. Throw them in the cockpit. Cool. Yep, I guess it's all together in here. Way over. So let's get it out of here. Oh, is it? Oh. Okay. What's stopping you? Calling something. Okay, alright. Let's see. We've got the Mandalorian is right here. Let's see. Mandalorian, and take a look at him for just a second. He's very nice. If he's like the other ones, the cape probably comes off so he can sit down in the cockpit better. I know the other guys do like that. For articulation on these guys, they have like a universal joint type thing at the shoulder. Please stop doing that. They have wrists that rotate. They're articulated just at the hips there on the legs, and the head's on a ball joint. And usually, let's see, yep, the cape comes off so he can sit down in the cockpit, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure they don't, in that instruction sheet or whatever, they don't show him sitting down with the cape on. Yep. All right, let's see. Oh, and there's there's teeny tiny Grogu. Oh, that's so cute. Stay focused, please. And he's got the little gear shifter from the Razor Crest. This one doesn't have feet sculpted in the bottom, which they usually do. Very cute. Kind of recreating that first scene where he's in the Naboo fighter, like going nuts inside that bubble thing. So let's get this out, and it is very tiny, which I mean I knew it would be, because all of these little ships are pretty tiny, but I like them. You know me, I like tiny toys. So, and they usually, one of the things that these things used to have all the time were landing gear, but I don't see landing gear on this. I mean, I know this thing floats, but when these things were first coming out, it would have had something like a stand or something. Now, they have these little plugs here, like here and here, for the missile launchers that used to come with this line. This is kind of like the crap end of the line right here. And still, oh, that fell out. And we've got the Darksaber, and we can give that to Jin. Yep, very cool. I like the way they did that. Kind of looks like it has that glow around the black center there. Neat. Of course, we won't be needing this where we're going. Let's see. Get out of there. So, it says you just open the cockpits and you'd put Grogu in there and trap him, and oh, okay, it slides forward like the, okay, it slides forward like the actual the actual N-1, like it's a real thing. It's real. It's real. I believe it. I'm just kind of sit him in here, and usually they're pretty tight fit in the cockpits. So close it up, and there you go. And that is pretty sweet. Yeah, you can really tell they were cheaping out at this point because there's almost no paint on this thing. There's the little bits of yellow. None of the other, like, is the picture on the box, does it have more colors? No, not really. I mean, it just kind of shows it there. There's some, it looks like parts of it are darkened in the painting, but they always kind of soup that stuff up. And I'm sure you can plug those missile launchers, because I don't ever keep those missile launcher things that come with them. I use them for custom stuff because they don't ever fit with the look of any of the Star Wars stuff. They're like big chunky missile launchers. I don't think I even have any of them in my bits box, or I don't know where my bit box is. But anyway, that's the size of the ship, and kind of putting the Mandalorian forces together, if you will. We've got the N-1 Starfighter. We've got the, oh gosh, what did they call this thing? Was it the Gauntlet? That's Bo-Katan's ship there, and we've got Boba Fett's Starfighter, because we can't call it Slave 1 anymore, even though that had nothing to do with what everybody gets upset about it. Anyway, so that's the Mandalorian cruise vehicles, and we can take a look at the figures together with the other Mandalorian characters. Let's give him his cape back for dignity's sake. And his dark saber here. And let's see. We'll sit this over here. We've got he doesn't want to stand up so hot. Grogu, and of course we got Boba Fett, and Bo-Katan, and I think they look pretty good together. Let's bring this down where we can see them on the level here. Yeah, I think they look pretty good together. I like these stylized figures, and I really do. I dig the N-1. I mean, I guess that's kind of, you know, close to. They're not really close to the same size, because this was a lot bigger. Oh, this was a lot bigger ship than this was. So they're kind of stylized in the ship sizes and stuff too. But you know, it's nice. It's nice to have the N-1 and the little Grogu and the little Jin figure, Jin Jaren. And let's get in your little cockpit there. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice having them together like that, so you can kind of whoosh them around, you know, like they did. The N-1 is definitely one of the most whooshable spaceships in all of Star Wars. The Mandalorian did a pretty good job of, and really all of Dave Filoni's stuff did a pretty good job of making the prequel stuff really more relevant, more fun for me anyway. But very cool. If you can find it for the same price that Keith found this one, definitely grab it, but don't pay full price for this thing. This is not $22 or even $20 worth, and honestly, I don't think it's 15 or maybe $10 worth, but if you can get it for less, it's pretty cool to have, and it'd be nice to paint it up. I probably never will get around to doing it, but I mean, even if you just gave it a wash on some of the parts and maybe even hit the silver parts with some spray paint, it would look even better. But that's pretty cool to have. Like I said, if you can find one cheap enough, go ahead and grab it. Cool deal. And I'll see you guys in the next one.